Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Welcome to the show. I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy, and we're coming to you from San Diego, California. You're listening to Literacy for All, and this is our show for the week. We're visiting with Cynthia Peters. She is the editor of The Change Agent, which is a publication of World Education. Welcome to the show, Cynthia.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
So glad to have you. I know about World Education. I actually visited back in, I want to say 2004, and just love the work that you're doing there. But I'd like for our listeners for you to give us maybe just a little bit of a breakdown about what happens at World Education. It's such a great name, and you're doing great work out there.
Thank you. Yeah, World Education is an international literacy organization that does the majority of its work in Africa and Asia. We also have a U.S. division. It's sort of the smallest division here, but the U.S. division focuses on mainly providing professional development to adult ed providers and programs all over the country. We run a conference, a National College Transition Network conference. We run e-learning programs so that teachers can get some of their professional development online. So we do lots of different things like that to support adult education in the United States.
So you put on the National College Transition Conference. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I've been once. I presented there a few years ago in Rhode Island.
Oh, you should. Yeah, you should come back this year because it's going to be in Cambridge this year, right across the river from Boston, and a really nice location and a great destination for folks. So, yeah, come back.
It's a unique conference. I'd love to do that, and I love the area. It's really interesting because you've said it that the World Education Office in the U.S., which is in Boston, correct?
Yep.
Is maybe smaller than other locations that you have. Where is your biggest and busiest location?
Oh, my gosh. I don't even know the answer to that question.
Sorry.
You know, the international division here is so big, and there's so many people who work here. There's a lot of floors in the office here, and you're out of my depth there. I'm mostly connected to the U.S. division, and I see the people in the international division just working really, really hard to support adult education and all kinds of education all over the world, but I'm not sure exactly where their biggest offices are.
And there's just so much that is happening. I'm just impressed that we have an organization that is focused on education, world education, training, etc. Something that crosses borders. Given we hear a lot from UNESCO and we get statistics about what's happening internationally, but just good to have the work that you're doing on that basis, and then the work that's taking place here in the U.S. Let me ask you about your publication, The Change Agent. What is it? Why do you have it? Why does it make a difference?
All right. Thank you for that question. Yeah, the change agent is my favorite topic. It's a topic near and dear to my heart. And just sort of segueing off of what you were just talking about, the importance of the international work, the change agent actually is a forum for adult ed students' voices. And so the voices that get published in the Change Agent are voices of people from all over the world because they're in our adult ed programs, enrolled in the ESOL classes all over the country. It's also for ABE learners who may or may not be English as a second language speakers. They might be native English speakers, but they might not have finished high school, or they might have finished high school and they want to brush up on their basic skills and maybe go back to college or something like that. And so the Change Agent is full of their voices. It's full of the voices of the students who are actually enrolled in the programs and trying to either learn English or brush up on basic skills. And the reason why I think that's important is because the change agent becomes a learning tool for adult learners that is rooted in topics and issues that matter to adult learners and that are framed and written by adult learners themselves. So students get to read and learn from their peers. And these are peers who are writing at all different literacy levels, very beginning literacy levels up to pretty high level literacy levels. So, but no matter what the level, the change agent takes on a topic. We choose a theme that we think matters to adults, and those include things like transportation, immigration, food. We did an issue on celebrations. We did one on prisons. We did one on race. It's a really amazing issue where adult learners from all different parts of the world talked about coming to the United States and noticing how race is played out in this country in a particular way, and what they learn from that, and how important it is for them to be able to talk about and think about race in the adult ed classroom. So anyway, whatever the topic, we put out a call for articles, and students write on the topic, and then as the editor of the magazine, I edit the pieces, group them up in ways that make sense, and I create learning tools to go with the articles so that for teachers, it's a really ready-to-use product that they can bring into the classroom. They've got something that's going to be relevant to their students, so that's a huge platform and a very supportive platform from which to learn. If it's something that a topic you care about, something that's relevant to your life, something that's going to help you in another way in your life, in addition to helping you be able to learn to read or write in English, then that's extra kind of handholds for you to grab onto and an extra way into the topic.
The more I listen to you, Cynthia, the more excited I am about the work that you're doing, simply because I can't think of that many platforms for which we have just individuals in general coming together to have a conversation about topics that they can relate to that are global. And so the idea of having a conversation, let's say, about prisons in the U.S., prisons in Africa, whatever it might be, it's something that the world needs. Am I right?
Exactly, yes. And it's so relevant. You could make a guess that in every single one of our adult ed classrooms, there are people who have been touched by prisons in one way or another, whether it's detention centers, whether it's a family member who's been incarcerated, or people in the community that are incarcerated. It's had such a profound effect on our population, and to not talk about it is the more interesting choice. Why wouldn't we talk about something that matters so much, And then in the context of this issue that really matters to people, you're teaching reading and writing.
Exactly, and we're learning from each other. So here are individuals who are enhancing their basic skills or maybe going into a profession, who are learning, and at the same time they're teaching each other, and as readers they're teaching us.
Exactly, and there's things that happen in adult ed. For example, the focus on WIOA, the focus on workplace training and education, and that's really important for learners. Many learners come into the classroom because they want to get a better job. But we did it the way the change agent focuses in on that is we ask students, how is it working for you to be in a sort of a career pathways context in your adult ed program? How's that working for you? What's working? What's not working? What's it like to have your education be shaped by this idea of improving your career chances? And so then the really unique contribution that the change agent can make is, in the context of all this focus on jobs, we have students saying how it's working for them or not working for them, and it's their voices that are getting lifted up in the change agent. And that's a really unique contribution that I feel really proud of.
I do want to talk about just how people can access, our listeners can access the content that's being generated by the students internationally. And so let's have a conversation about that, because it's the thing that comes to mind to me right now. Is I want to hear what people think. Not just in the U.S. We get, of course, our own news, and then sometimes we're a little bit blocked out from what's taking place. Just in terms of what is the thinking of people in other countries about what's happening to them and what's happening in the U.S. So let's have that conversation.
Well, the way that we hear voices from other countries is that people have come to the United States from other countries.
I got it.
The change agent, we're not so much. Somewhat in Canada, maybe in Australia, but we're more soliciting writing from students enrolled in programs in the United States, and they represent students from all over the world. But they're mostly in the United States at this point in time.
Okay.
But they bring their perspective on prisons, like what that's one topic we've talked about already. They bring that perspective from their country of origin, and so it's just a very rich and deep resource and series of perspectives. So.
It is a rare coming together of ideas from different perspectives. And something that at least I believe we need more of. Cynthia, we're going to take a break just in just a few seconds here, and I have, of course, more questions to ask you about the topics. How do you help students get started? Just writing can be an intimidating thing, and how you make that happen. How popular this outlet is that you've created for students. So that we can make it more accessible, so we have more people who can express themselves. But we'll come back from break. I'm Jose Cruz from the San Diego Council on Literacy, and you're listening to Literacy for All Radio, powered by WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
Are you a small business or nonprofit? Securing Our eCity Foundation offers free cybersecurity seminars so businesses of every size can become more cyber safe. According to Forbes, just one cybercrime incident can cost a company over $15 million. Protect yourself, your employees, and your business before you fall victim to the nation's fastest growing crime. Go right now to securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444.
Looking to be a successful entrepreneur? The virtual assistant industry continues to be a top choice for those looking to start their own business. The problem can be how to become a virtual assistant. Many turn to the Bible of the VA industry, the book Virtual Assistant, the series, and it's the perfect guide for office managers, executive assistants, and other administrative professionals looking to make the transition from employee to successful business owner. Go to vatheseries.com to get your copy today.
Small businesses are the lifeblood of America's economy. Every Thursday, SBA Radio interviews industry professionals and is dedicated to provide small businesses with timely insights and innovations. Visit www.sbaradio.us for details.
Homeless veterans and their families are suffering and need our support, but many won't ask or don't know that help is within reach. Veterans Community Services is here to help. Amazingly, about 35% of the homeless in our neighborhoods are veterans with families. Low-income veterans or their friends are encouraged to contact Veterans Community Services and reach out for help with housing and other services. Call now, 800-974-9909.
Securing Our eCity Foundation is a nonprofit organization focused on cybersecurity awareness and education. Formed in 2011, their mission is to enable every San Diegan to live, work, and play safely in the cyber world. For more information, visit securingourecity.org or call 619-630-2444. Securingourecity.org, 619-630-2444. Securingourecity.org.
Donate cash, furniture, clothes, and other gently used household items to Father Joe's Villages and get a nice tax break in April. Every donation is tax deductible. Believe you can make a difference. Be Father Joe. Go to neighborhood.org or call 1-800-HOMELESS to donate today.
Life is full of misadventures, from car crashes to home fires to getting choked out on the mat. Yes, I said getting choked out because I'm Carlos Kramer, jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA and media personality, and mild-mannered insurance agent. You can follow my adventures on Kick-Ass Radio, and I can protect you from life's misadventures at Kramer Insurance. Home, auto, life, business, and workers' comp. We're at KramerINS.com, and I want you to join my world.